Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PALracing. It's race 10 from Texas, the oiled up Cowboys 225, and we got a treat sitting here on the pole. Mr. Jacob Pettit sets the fastest lap in qualifying. Let's go ahead and talk to him. Hey Jacob, no up from the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Jacob, you have qualified on the pole. This is your first official PALracing pole, if I'm correct. How do you feel about your car here at Texas?
I mean, I got the speed, but I don't know if I got the tire saving ability, so.
What's going to be the goal now that you have that clean air and you're up front? Are you going to try to hold on to track position? Are you going to go a little bit slower and save tire? What's the goal for that 42 machine?
It really depends on the situation I'm in. If I can get about a half second on P2, I'm going to try to maintain that half a second while still saving. But my main priority is to save tires, because this is a long race and this track burns up tires, so.
Alrighty, Jacob, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you out there dominating, hopefully. Do you think this is your best chance to bring home a win in PAL?
Yeah, I think I have a pretty good chance this race, so.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Jacob. We'll send you back down. Have a good race, buddy.
Alright, thank you.
We'll send Jacob back down. Also, starting to his outside is none other than Aiden Gould. Aiden has had a rough second half of this season. So hopefully he can have a good turnaround. Douglas Henry, P3, Jacob Alicia, P4. I want to show you guys the points as we go ahead and get to the next outlap. Jacob Alicia, Douglas Henry, Joe Houston, Aiden Gould, Gary Smoke, your top five. Look back towards the front. We should be getting an extra pace lap here. Yeah, making sure that pace truck didn't decide to head down pit road there. We have a little bit more time to look through the field. 21 cars are able to make it. Now, we did sadly miss out on getting Connor Baldwin, last week's winner at Martinsville, into the field. Connor is taking his girlfriend out for her birthday dinner today. So shout out, Connor. If you're watching while sitting in that booth at Texas Roadhouse, you're a G. Jacob Pettit, Aiden Gould, Douglas Henry, Jacob Alicia, Michael Chipani in your top five. And you guys know what time it is. It is time for your go time music. Oh, yeah. It's Texas Motor Speedway. It's hot. It's going to be slick. Oiled up Cowboys. The only way we could describe it. 150 laps. Jacob Pettit. Aiden Gould. Douglas Henry. Jacob Alicia. Michael Chipanian. This is PALracing, baby. 21 cars make the field tonight. Race 10. 3 more races to go after tonight. How many more new winners will we see? Into the restart zone. Green flag is out. And Jacob Pettit will lead. And Aiden Gould gets a good jump on that outside. Here they go into turn 1. Who has the advantage? Aiden Gould battling back on that outside. Jacob Pettit down low with the advantage throughout the corner. And as they go into turn 3, sorry about that, Jacob Pettit will get the lead. Aiden Gould will fall back into second. And there's Jacob Alicia right there in P3. Gould looking to the inside of Pettit. Pettit will lead the lap. And Aiden Gould will go to the lead here at Texas, but Jacob Pettit will try to battle back on that outside. You could get a good run in the middle of turns 1 and 2, but where you want to be in 3 and 4 is on that bottom. Jacob Alicia, currently your points leader. looks destined to be your PALracing Season 2 champion. Finished second in the standings last season. Said this season is his season. As he looks to the inside of Aiden Gould, making the pass for second, Jacob Belicia trying to be the winningest driver in PALracing history. A little bit of a wiggle there. Aiden Gould might pull the crossover right up behind Alicia, but did not have enough power to make the pass, and Jacob Alicia will full clear himself into second. Talked about Samuel Lang pre-race before the drop of the green. He's a guy that we need to watch out for. Yeah, he does have some speed here and there, maybe not quite race-winning speed yet this season, but he says when we take the rest of the year... Oh, we got a caution. Hold on. I think something might have just happened to Gary Smoke. We got an off track from Gary Smoke. Maybe not where we should be looking. Jeff Destino. I have an issue. I'm trying to see if there's any wrecked race cars. I don't know what happened. I'm getting an incident report from Zachary Bonsek and Gary Smoke. We'll have to see. We'll check the replay. What has happened to Zachary Bonsek? Zachary, 14 machines, second career PALracing start. Comes up the corner, bounces off the wall. Ooh, goes back into the triangle, catches Gary Smoke. Gary, what a save. Look at these guys. Great wreck avoidance here. They actually kept that relatively clean. Let's watch that from the cockpit of Gary Smoke's car. 14 bounces off the wall, comes back up, clips Gary. Watch the save out of Gary. Just not overdoing it with the wheel input. Just gets that car sideways, keeps it straight, cuts through the grass. What a save out of Gary. But Jacob Pettit will be in command of the restart zone when he goes, the field goes. Green. He's going to accelerate. Gets a good jump. Gould to his outside. Needs to clear Alicia here. Alicia battles back to that bottom. He's going to follow Pettit through. Look at Douglas Henry looking to the bottom. Douglas Henry will move his way into P3. Oh, Greg Jody at big wiggle. I thought that car was going around, but he saved it. He's going to drop a handful of positions here. That hurts his momentum.
Charge complete.
It's my bad about that. Thank you, headphones. No matter how many times I tell you to not give me that message, you got to let me know your charge is complete. I've had you plugged in ever since I bought you. But Douglas Henry will go into third, and now Jacob Alicia is trying to work on Jacob Pettit. We know if you let Alicia get the lead and get that clean air, it's going to be hard to get him on the big end. So Jacob Pettit needs to defend as hard as he can here. Jacob Alicia is always naturally going to run a lane up higher than Pettit in turn 1 and 2, so we'll see who has the better exit rotation. Alicia had a really good run down the backstretch, but turns 3 and 4 turn into a single groove racetrack. You don't want to leave that bottom side, not now. And as they cross the start-finish line, Gould is to the inside of Douglas Henry. Aiden Gould will get P3 back from Henry, and Samuel Lang might even try to work on that 66. I think it may be pit stop time. We've hindered that cycle. Jacob Pettit hits pit road. We actually saw John Schoenbachler hit pit road, but we're not sure what happened to him. Oh, Luke Chadwick. Luke Chadwick crashed entering pit road, and he was having such a great run too. And he definitely has some damage to that race car. We'll take a look at the replay and see what happened. You can tell he's going to start entering pit road here. He's going to come off the apron. I wonder if he just catches it wrong. That back end steps out. Yeah, just kind of up and down to that apron. Left front damage. Pretty gnarly to knock the toe out. Unfortunate for Mr. Chadwick. Pig's truck pulls off. It'll be Jacob Alicia in command. Douglas Henry Q is outside. Both those guys want to be leading. I'm sure we're going to see Douglas Henry battle for it. Jacob Alicia, good jump. Samuel Lang will follow through. There's Greg Jodiet right there in fourth. Chris Moore in fifth. And as they go off into turn 1, Jacob Alicia gets that lead, and now it's a battle between Lang and Henry. Samuel Lang will take it, and Henry will fall into line. And Jacob Alicia has already gotten out to half a second lead. Back towards 3, 4, 5, 6th position. Greg Jody in the 4th, Chris Warren 5th, Timothy Perryman gets away from the back half of this top 5. You can see Michael Chapanian, Michael Brooks up on that high side. Aiden Gould, who restarted at the end of the longest line, has somehow made his way into 7th. I don't know how he did that. He must have rocket boosters on the back of that car, but look at Jacob Pettit. He's 11th, making his way up through these guys. Pushing that car hard to get back up to the lead. I don't know how they did that. How did he get all the way up here? We'll have to hear from him, maybe on an interview. What did he do? Got jet fuel in there or something. Oh, I think we just saw Michael Brooks tag the wall. And now Jacob Pettit is making the pass on Greg Jodiet. Jacob Pettit, your pole sitter to the bottom of Mr. Jodiet. Greg trying to battle back on that high side. They go into turns 3 and 4. Pettit might get the clear. He has that bottom line advantage. Can he get a good run? Greg is actually doing a really good job at battling that low side. And they're dead even as they cross the stripe. Jodiet will give up a little bit on corner entry. Will fall back in line behind the 42. So Jacob Pettit races his way back into the top 5. Douglas Henry now running right behind Samuel Lang. Let's go cockpit view of Doug. See what he's doing behind the wheel. Play around with some different camera angles. Samuel Lang will lose that position, and now he needs to watch out because Aiden Gould wants to follow him through. These 3 cars underneath the blanket. Samuel Lang now needs to defend against Aiden Gould. They can do that inside. Oh, contact! Gould just barely got to the left rear of Samuel. And that is enough to get Samuel a little bit loose. Gould loose as well, but Gould could get down to the bottom. I wonder if Samuel will give him a little bit of a nudge there off of the corner. Samuel's just going to look low. But Gould will move into P3. That's how tight this racing is getting, especially if these guys start to really wear out their tires. Even though this track seems so big and nearly becomes one groove, because that's all that car can handle is running that one line. Gould now to the inside of Doug, looking to make a pass he couldn't make earlier. And he's actually going to go ahead and take it pretty swiftly. I didn't think he had enough tire to get around the 66. He seemed to have stalled out behind him earlier in the run, but Aiden Gould will return to the 2nd position. Running down at Jacob, but instead of Jacob Pettit, it's Jacob Alicia. Has a 2.2 second lead over the rest of the guys. Samuel, able to make the position, gets a really good run off the corner. Samuel Lang to the inside of Douglas Henry, looking for 3rd. And Samuel Lang The man who is on a tear, finding so much speed in the second half of the season, Samuel Lang, will drive into the top 3, getting around WBR Alliance team member Douglas Henry. Oh, I think Jacob is on pit road. Jacob Pettit heads down pit road to get 4 freshies. We'll see how he cycles out. This is what we need to pay attention to. Your pole sitter, your fastest guy, screwed over by that pit cycle during that most recent caution. Now he needs to hit his numbers correctly. Get out there, make some good pacing. Let's see if he can cycle out Jacob Alicia. And it looks like Jacob Alicia may be heading down pit road. Jacob Alicia will pit, and it appears Gould will follow. Samuel Lang and Douglas Henry will stay out. Alicia Gould pitting together. We'll see if Aiden can gain some ground on the 31. We'll keep an eye on this difference. Gould slides it into his pit box. Jacob Alicia notorious for being one of the strongest on and off pit road during a green flag cycle. He gains a lot of time. Jax is down. He goes out. Gould is going to try to follow the gap they exit with. It's about the gap they came in with. So now Gould just needs to try to run down Alicia. He tries to get around Gary Smoke there. Jacob Pettit is your relative leader. So once this field completely cycles out, he'll be the one in control. Now, his tires are 4 laps older than Jacob Alicia and Aiden Gould's. And you think, oh, that's not a lot. We've seen that be a grave difference between having that long run speed and getting past for the win. So Jacob Pettit needs to continue with that speed he showed during that first run and get away from Alicia, hang on to it, and outdrive him. Jacob Pettit will unlap himself around current leader Douglas Henry, who is yet to pit. And he just needs to run away with this and hang on to win this race. And Pettit is trying to look for his first career win. Jacob Alicia trying to secure the title as the winningest driver in PAL. Alicia, when he gets out front and has to save tire, he is always the quickest. Jacob Pettit, the quickest in qualifying, led that entire fuel cycle, never gave up the lead. But now Jacob Alicia is just running him down. I wonder how much of this run Alicia is putting on is to get that clean air and get that lead. He would rather be leading right now. To grab another win will surely secure that championship as we get closer and closer to the final race at Darlington. I know we still have Homestead and Bristol coming up, but Jacob Alicia will go to the lead now, and Jacob Alicia, without even a fight, goes to the lead. Will we see Jacob Pettit get him back on the big end? You need to stay within range if you're Pettit. If you're going to save tire, you got to do it a very special way because you can't reel in Alicia within 20 laps. You just got to stay behind him and wait for that 31 machine to tighten up. Now, the advantage is that Pettit is running about a half a lane to a lane lower than Alicia, so he doesn't have to worry about the dirty air affecting the car in turns 1 and 2. He needs to stay within drafting range down the backstretch through turns 3 and 4 where everybody hugs the bottom across the front stretch. But, I mean, look at this lead Alicia's already put on. 6/10 of a gap lead. Looking like a champion. Alicia pulling away. Is there anything Jacob Pettit can do? I'm not sure. We look behind Jacob Pettit. It's Aiden Gould running him down. Will Aiden Gould have enough? Oh, Jacob Pettit into the wall. Jacob Pettit really must have been pushing those tires hard because he has mysteriously gotten into the wall. He's blinking out now, and Aiden Gould will get a free pass into the second position. Has Aiden Gould learned enough through losing throughout his entire rookie season to know how to get up to Alicia, saving those tires, and make a pass for the lead? We're going to be staring at that relative, currently 1.2 second lead. And look at that. I mean, he is so good off of 4 down that front stretch, but Jacob Alicia is a little bit quicker in 1 and 2. Gould is just average there. This is where Alicia gets a really good run down the backstretch. Gould is not maximizing that exit, but he really does rip right here through turns 3 and 4. But look at that gap. He loses overall after those 2 laps at 10th. And it seems like that run has died off in the season at Darlington. Ooh, a little bit of a moment there with Alicia, but still a 1 second gap. Oh my gosh, a caution came out. Jacob Pettit, Samuel Lang have wrecked down off of turn 4. Both those cars destroyed. And we are going to see extremely late race caution. There may only be 3 laps left. It might even be a green, white, checkered finish. We don't know what happened. Let's take a look at the replay. This is Jacob Pettit. Blinks out, blinks back in. Oh, Samuel Lane kind of comes down the track and grabs Pettit. Pettit was about a half a lane off the bottom. Let's go cockpit view of Samuel Lang. So you will see Pettit blink out, getting out of the way, probably being told he is blinking, but Samuel Lang still drives it in, comes down as Pettit's coming up. And that is going to ruin what was a good day for both of those cars. Jacob, this is Noah up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
You got a copy, Noah.
Well, Jacob, you definitely don't sound too thrilled about that caution. We saw this happen to you at Kansas where you inevitably lost that race. What is going through your mind now, knowing you are the quickest car here at Texas?
Well, get out of my head, Noah. That's all I was thinking about was how badly Kansas went with the late caution. We were really aggressive with the fuel count. We didn't take a whole lot of extra fuel. So if there's another green-white checker, we might see something weird with the pit strategy. I know Aiden's been giving it everything he can to chase me down, but I've been trying really hard to keep the tires clean and cool, so we'll see how well I kept them.
You think you're very confident in those tires if we do end up going into even a second or a third green-white checkered?
I mean, the tires are going to be just as good as Aiden's, I feel like, at this point, and that's the main concern I have right now. It's as long as the fuel holds out, I can hold out.
Well, maybe getting deja vu from Kansas. What are you going to do now differently if push comes to shove, where you got to secure this win that you've already earned?
Well, I'm just not going to tap the wall coming out of one of the turns like I did in Kansas, and not ride the freight train all the way back. So I'll keep it clean, and if Aiden's able to make the pass, hats off to him.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Jacob. Have a good race, bud.
Thanks.
We'll send him back down. Jacob Alicia now just has to hang on. Deja vu, just like Kansas, and I think it's only appropriate. If we have enough time right now, let's grab the driver of that 51 machine. Mr. Gould, this is Noah up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yep.
Well, Aiden, we saw you trying to run down the 31. Your run died right around lap 40, so. But now you get this green-white checkered. Are we going to see you get up there and take that lead? How do you feel those tires feel? What's going through your mind, man?
I think the tires are all dead. I think the only way how I can win is probably we use all the green-white checkers. Everyone can run out of fuel. I topped the whole can off on the final stop, so hopefully everyone just did the auto. So that's probably your only goal.
Alrighty, here's some strategy out of you. You look like you're the farthest ahead on that fuel strat. We'll let you get locked in here, Aiden, looking for that first career win in your rookie season. You think it'll happen?
We shall see.
We shall see. Alrighty. We'll send Aiden down. He's trying to stay in the mood. He knows his tires are dead. I think Jacob Alicia was playing it off a little bit more than he really should have been. I think he expects Aiden Gould's tires to be a lot more burnt up than than Alicia's. Like a fuzzy in my throat there or something, but Aiden Gould has more fuel. So what he said when he said auto fuel, when you head down pit road, iRacing has a thing with your fuel to where it auto sets it to where it fills enough to get to the end. So the reason why these guys are worried about these green-white checkers, because if they did auto fuel, it doesn't account for potentially going longer than the set amount of laps in the race. We give our drivers 5 green-white checkers. Now, we've never actually had to use more than one, I think, ever. But with how worn out these guys' tires are and how one groove this track can become when you get into 3 and 4, we don't know what could happen. We don't know how many restarts we could get. So Aiden saying I made sure to give myself extra means that he could cycle to the front after a pit stop, and he could set himself up to win. But that's even if we have more than green-white checker. This could be the end of the race right here. Green-white checker, guys. They're going to take the green flag when they come back around. Then it'll be the white flag, 1 lap to go. And then it will be the checker. When that white flag comes out, the next flag ends the race. So if a wreck does happen, it has to be this full 1 single rotation lap before the white flag. I think Alicia has the advantage here. Again, we don't know how much guys like Douglas Henry has saved up, maybe Greg Jodiet. The freshest tires right now towards the front is Douglas Henry. The freshest tires on the track is 9th place Raymond Wimmer and 10th place Michael Brooks. Restart underway. Jacob Alicia, good jump. Aiden Gould, did not get even with Jacob. He was falling off by about half a car. Like, oh, Douglas Henry. Net code. That was completely net code. I did not even see those cars touch. Sideways saves it, gives the position to Greg Jodian. And now Aiden Gould, Jacob Alicia racing down the backstretch. Aiden Gould within 2 car lengths. Does he have enough to send it in here in 3 and 4? Really trying to get a good drive in. He buries the car, gets a good exit. He's to the quarter panel of Jacob Alicia. Down the front stretch, white flag, 1 more lap to go in the oiled up Cowboys 225. It's all come down to this. Gould on the bottom, Alicia on the top side, and Gould is through. Aiden Gould to the lead. Aiden Gould, the rookie, looking for his first career win, but here comes Alicia battling back. Aiden Gould goes to the bottom to defend. Alicia has to take him on the top side. I don't think he can do it. Will it be a crossover? Did Aiden bury it in? Alicia to the bottom. He's not going to get it. And Aiden Gould, the rookie, first career win for him in PALracing.
Shit, what a run. What the
Hell yeah.
Never a doubt. Never a doubt.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I don't know how. I just got a monster. I gunned it in 3 and 4 and it stuck, so. Maybe it was those special tires.
I
With these
told
tires
you,
cooled
dude.
down, I felt like I had a little more grip too.
I did too, buddy.
Oh, somebody wrecked 74 under caution.
We'll worry about that later, but Aiden Gould gets the win here at Charlotte. The 51 machine into victory lane. It wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. And it comes at race 10 at Texas. That 51 machine finally gets his gold star and a victory. He is an oiled up cowboy here at Texas, burning it down. We'll talk to him here in just a moment. Comes to that front stretch. We'll go ahead and get him up in the booth as he continues that burnout all the way down the front stretch. We'll let him have fun with it for just another second. How long can he hold it? Really burning it. There he goes. Aiden! This is Noah up in the booth, buddy.
What's going on, Bubba?
What's going on with you, man? You're a winner. How does it feel to win the oiled up Cowboys 225 at Texas?
I tell you, man, this was a great win for us. I did not think I had at all. But for some reason, those special tires that they put on the last stop just gunned it right in 3 and 4 in that overtime, and just that was the big difference right there. I think this was I think we had a good car all day. I really did. I just think that I did not do great in the beginning of the race saving tires early, but after the first stop, I kind of did. And then we had that penalty. Well, not penalty, but we had a caution during the green flag pit stops, which screwed us. So I kind of did push the car a lot, and that I was surprised my tires didn't burn out all that great. So it was just, man, what a race.
Well, Aiden, tell us, what does it mean to you to pick up your first win here in PAL Racing?
Feels like a long one coming, man. Feel like we're gonna win more, hopefully next week, but I just cannot wait for next season though. Because the 51 car, look out.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Aiden. So happy to hear that from you. Celebrate hard tonight. Getting it one done for the Cowbush fans.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
We'll send Aiden down, and we'll go ahead and talk to the man who, once again, just like Kansas, comes up short. If we could find him. Hey, Jacob, Noah up in the booth.
Hey, Noah.
Well, Jacob, tell us about this race for you today and your opinion and your take there on that late race caution that brings you one position short of that win.
Well, I can't say I'm not disappointed. I really wanted to win that one. But if anybody was to win it today, it probably would have been Aiden. He was really fast up there along with Pettit. And they kind of showed me the way around the track when I was following him in third. So I thought I'd learned enough from him to just keep things clean and work my way up front, making the right call to stay out late on the first round of green flag stops. And, well, I just didn't have the pace. Aiden really did a great job of putting it past me, and well, I couldn't make the return.
Well, Alicia, on the brighter side of things, you have damn near set yourself up to be your Season 2 champion. You have about a one race worth of points and a buffer to Douglas Henry in second. Tell us a little bit now, on the brighter side of things, what that means to you to be a Power Racing champion, and it's looking like you may be able to secure that with just 3 races left in the season. We know you're going to be a factor at Homestead. You got Bristol and then Darlington as the season finale. Give us a little bit of insight on what you look to do as you close out the season here in PAL.
Well, I'm really looking forward to the Homestead race. I think I'm pretty solid there, and I'm really glad I've got a good lead to lean back on because I have never, ever raced well at Bristol. So, yeah, having that in the back will take a lot of pressure off of me. But it really makes me excited for Season 3, too, because finishes like this could make or break a championship next year.
All righty. Well, thank you so much, Jacob. Sorry about your loss, bud, but you had a great race. You're leading that championship. You've been holding on to that lead since the very first race of the season. You said this year was going to be your year, and I think you're showing it, buddy.
Thanks, Noah.
We'll send Jacob down. We'll go ahead and grab the man who finishes P3, another career P3 here in PAL. Greg gets it done, sitting down there on pit road. Let's go ahead and talk to him. Where's Greg hiding at? Oh, there he is. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Noah, how we doing up here in the booth?
Oh, it's fun up here. It's cozy up here in the booth. Tell us, how is it down there in that race car? This is another top 3 for you here in PAL. You've been fighting hard. Yeah.
I think the 41 and the 11 are actually super excited for me. They're down here doing donuts. But no, it was a great run. I'm really happy with the way the cautions fell. They kind of worked out in my favor every time, and I traditionally haven't been great on restarts, and I feel like I nailed about every one tonight. So, really, really happy with the third place effort.
Alrighty, Greg. Well, with 3 races left in the season, we have a nice Thanksgiving to Christmas, New Year break before we pick back up Season 3 in 2025. What's the goal, and how does the mindset start to shift as we continue throughout the rest of the season into next year for Rogue State Racing? Still looking for that first career win.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty strong. I've had a pretty good couple of weeks. Martinsville was a little bit rough, but we were running really well at Talladega. Salvaged an 11th place finish out of Martinsville. High attrition in that race there. So we're just gonna keep going for wins. That's all you can do, right? Go up there and fight at the front. I feel like we've been there, top 5, top 3 consistently, week in and week out. We're at least running where we need to run. We just got to close one of these deals out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Greg Jodiet. Have a good night, buddy.
Yep, you too.
Send Greg down, and that will be the conclusion of the Oiled Up Cowboys 225 here at Texas. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Aiden Gould gets his first career win. What an exciting race it was. Shout out to everybody that watched. I appreciate all of you. And don't forget, the only reason Aiden Gould won tonight is because, well, I wasn't in the race, because nobody's more oiled up and nobody's more cowboy than me. Thank you all so much. Tune in next week for Homestead. Same time, same place. My name is Noah Longyear. Have a good night.